The Liberal Party just flipped the Quebec riding of Terrebonne by a single vote in a recount. That puts them at 170 seats, too short of a parliamentary majority. But here's what Canadians are being asked to do: accept all of this on faith. No public campaign explaining the recount process, no detailed ballot audits shared, just trust the outcome and move on. However, one must ask how 11 extra ballots were found that weren't there before. Of the 74 newly valid votes, 63 came from previously rejected ballots, but 11 ballots seemingly came from nowhere. The Green Party lost 2 votes. Somehow officials now believe votes counted for the Greens originally were actually intended for other parties, but how does this happen? Meanwhile, Elections Canada admits over 800 special ballots were never counted in the federal election, left behind in a BC riding due to, quote, human error and a failure to comply with written procedures. This is not a fringe conspiracy, this is the official explanation from the institution Canadians are told never to question. And yet, we're constantly warned that doubting the electoral process is a threat to democracy, but what happens when the biggest threat to democracy is the erosion of trust itself? The very institutions we're not allowed to doubt repeatedly admit to breakdowns in procedure. Take, for instance, the Hogue Commission on Foreign Interference in Canadian elections. The Liberals launched a public inquiry, which was conveniently held behind closed doors, then admitted that hostile foreign actors are indeed tampering in our elections, but assured us it's no big deal. Nothing to see here, move along. It's the perfect encapsulation of Friedrich Nietzsche's warning. I'm not upset that you lied to me, I'm upset that from now on I can't believe you. That's the real crisis in Canada today. Not necessarily that elections are rigged, but an ever-expanding number of people who no longer trust the people counting the ballots, and can you blame them? Canadians watched this exact pattern of monumental lies unfold during the COVID era. We were told mandates, lockdowns, forced injections, and social distancing were settled science, but it was all built upon lies. When peaceful Canadians finally stood up to government overreach, the state responded with wartime powers, freezing bank accounts, labeling dissenters as terrorists, and literally trampling protesters in the streets. Federal courts now admit the Liberal government invoked the Emergencies Act illegally to violently suppress peaceful protesters. So even if these election results and recounts are accurate, the damage is already done. We now live in an era where institutional trust is broken, and unless the government demands full transparency, including public recounts, ballot audits, and criminal accountability for negligence, Canadians will have no reason to believe the next vote isn't just another convenient accident.